Thank you for joining us this time to talk business. Since last week, long fuel queues resurfaced in parts of the country. The lingering fuel scarcity was as a result of the mop-up of contaminated fuel imported into the country. Nigerians have had to endure the effect of the unavailability of the product, including buying at exorbitant prices just to remain mobile. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company is assuring Nigerians that the scarcity will soon be over, as a directive has been issued to all its depots and outlets to begin a 24-hour operation to address the supply shortage. And the National Assembly is calling for sanctions against importers of the fuel with a high concentrate of methanol. Joining me to discuss this is Adiola Yusuf, Team Lead Platforms Africa. He joins me via Zoom. Adiola, good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, let's look at how the government is handling this matter of mop-up. We have seen its attendant effect on Nigerians, especially with the long queues and the fact that Nigerians have to buy petrol at exorbitant prices. But when you look at how government is handling this matter, would you say that it is handling it in such a way or managing it in such a way that is best for the situation?
Okay, thank you so much for having me again. I think the situation is the one that is that requires help from government, and I think they have now realized, although they started with blame game, first of all with silence, then later to blame game, but I think they have now realized that it's the situation at hand and that they must all tackle head on. As at the last count, I'm aware that there's 2 vessels with capacity of 300 million liters, berth in Apapa jetties, and we have been told that they are working round the clock. Unfortunately, the cycle of 15 days for placing order, importation, berthing of the vessel, or offloading of the vessel, and trucking out the product from tank farms to various filling stations, we have to take about 15 days. I think with what we have seen on ground, by next week latest, the situation should have turned back to normal. But like I said earlier, I think they realize that they have to take it head on somewhat late. But thankfully enough, they have started doing what they're supposed to do now. But unfortunately, Nigerians are catching in on this. Black marketers are already selling, as at yesterday, at 250 naira per liter. Curiously enough, while filling stations are running out of fuel, filling stations business, black marketers businesses, are started becoming to, has started booming. That is the unfortunate situation we find ourselves as a people, in which we usually try to milk, the situation that we have found ourselves, no matter, the shade of that situation.
Right. Now, let's look at the other aspect with regards to the mop-up. You mentioned something earlier. There were blame games initially, there was silence, and the government finally realized that they have to tackle this head on. And in the process, a lot of Nigerians were expecting that someone will be held accountable for this matter. Although the National Assembly is calling for sanctions against the importers of that fuel, but then again, shouldn't someone be held to account for what has happened so that there won't be a repeat, a reoccurrence of this matter?
Okay, I call this one the biggest last test for this administration. If they pass the test, posterity will judge those in government. Mind you, a lot of Nigerians who have vehicles, whose vehicles are just the means of livelihood for them, they've been negatively impacted by this, off-spec fuel. They bought the fuel from filling stations, and their engines, got knocked down. And who will be responsible for all these people? Who is going to pay them damages? when government, and the marketers have, resorted to blame game. So the government is being told by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources that they have started probing this situation. But because of the trust deficit, a lot of committees have been set up, in the past on various issues. That at the end of the day, they do not usually see the light of the day. So Nigerians are waiting now for this big test, and it is going to, determine how this government will write it. I said the last test is going to determine how this government is going to write its name, in the book for posterity. Mind you, President Muhammadu Buhari is the substantive minister of petroleum. This is happening during his, regime, and we all know him from what you have heard or from what you have read, that is a man of integrity. So his integrity is being tested now. What becomes the fate of a number of Nigerians? The only thing they have to survive, government is not doing anything for them, but the only thing they have to survive is their vehicles. Some of them are doing transportation, transport business. Their vehicles have been knocked out by this. While big men are smiling to the banks, this set of people are licking their wounds. So they are waiting, and all Nigerians are waiting on President Muhammadu Buhari, on the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, and every big man involved in this to, do the right thing by bringing names of those that, imported these bad products into the country, into the book. So this is the last big test for this administration. I will see how they are going to, handle it.
Now, it seems this situation has brought to the fore that the matter of subsidy cannot be, removed as it is. And so for now, the president has requested for additional 2.557 trillion naira to be earmarked for payment of petroleum subsidy in the 2022 fiscal year, and he has sent that to the National Assembly. I wonder what you make of this development.
Okay, thank you. It's a very long call. It's very, very unfortunate that we are still going to be paying subsidy on premium motor spirit petrol. I said unfortunate because foundationally there are 4 categories of people that have different perspectives to fuel subsidy. Anytime the word fuel subsidy is mentioned, the first one are those that usually see it from the lens of politics. The second set of people are those that usually see it from the legal perspective. The third ones are those that usually see it from the social perspective. The last one are those that usually see it from the economic perspective. Let me start from those that usually see it from economic perspective. They are the ones that usually say that government has no business in business. That this subsidy we are talking about are going to make some rich people richer and make some poor people poorer. So to them, what the government needs to do is to allow a free market environment, let competition happen, let people be given licenses to import, let those that want to refine products in country refine, let the government only preoccupy its mind with making the refineries work. Those are those people. Then the second set of people are those that look at it from the legal perspective. So to those people, the day the President Muhammadu Buhari signed the petroleum industry bill into an act, he has criminalized payment of subsidy, because in that provision, the subsidy payment of subsidy has been condemned, and it has been to set to something that is illegal. So someone can go to court and challenge the government that they are doing what is wrong. So those are the people that look at it from that legal perspective. The second set of people are the people that look at it from the social perspective. Those ones, they believe that fuel should be free. To them, Nigeria is an oil-producing country. So to them, the only thing that they can benefit from government is, to have, that product all the time. So those are those that look at it from social perspective.
Adiola,
the last one are
quickly, because we need to wrap up.
Unfortunately, those that are looking at it from the political perspective are the ones that usually win the debate. So the suspension of removal of subsidy by government was done for political reason. A lot of people have agreed to that, and that is why we keep approaching the National Assembly to collect more money for fuel subsidy.
We have to
at
end
the end of the day. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I apologize, Adiola, because we do not have much time. I know there's so much you want to say, but thank you, Adiola Yusuf, Team Lead Platforms Africa, for your time on business on Breakfast Show this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.